Come here, child. I want to show you something. Do you guys remember the creepy clown phase that shook the world? Well, it ultimately destroyed McDonald's Ronald McDonald. How'd you like that creepy little thing I just did? Kind of creepy, wasn't it? Guys, my name is Gareth Walton, and we make daily videos in the studio talking about absolutely everything. We're on Channel 2 as well as Channel 1, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at Tall Boy Gareth. So yes, in 2016, there was that creepy clown phase that literally shook the world. Do you remember that, right? Who doesn't remember that? Killer clowns on the loose, stalking the children, stalking the adults. Who was safe? I don't know. Were you safe? I wasn't safe. They were everywhere. And they were everywhere to the point that poor Ronald McDonald, poor Ronald McDonald, he ended up getting the sack. McDonald's went, "I'm sorry, Ronald." I got dust in my mouth thanks to the mask. "I'm sorry, Ronald. Your time has come. Your creepiness level has exacerbated in recent times, and we just have to drop you." And poor Ronald and all of his statues around the world went bye-bye. Now, I think there could be some of these statues left in certain parts of the world, in certain McDonald's. I don't know where they are. Do you? But you remember that, right? Remember that creepy clown that Macca's used to employ? Thank goodness it's gone. But let's obviously read up. Let's put that over there for a second. And that. There's fake blood in my knife, if you guys can see. See the fake blood? So yeah, let's read up on this. And it was interesting, right? Very interesting, because back in the day, that's all anyone could actually talk about. So Ronald McDonald is temporarily getting rid of, McDonald's is temporarily getting rid of Ronald McDonald because of all the creepy clown sightings. Let's read up on it. So in light of creepy clown epidemic sweeping the nation, this is before the epidemic, like what is this epidemic? Now the clown epidemic, that's something you've got to be worried about, son. In light of the recent creepy clown epidemic sweeping the nation, McDonald's has officially announced that their mascot and spokesperson, Ronald McDonald, will be taking a little break from the spotlight. In a statement on Tuesday, this is an old article, obviously. This has happened quite a few years ago now. 2016 is when it happened, I'm pretty sure. In a statement, the company explained that due to the current climate around clown sightings in communities, they will be doing their best to be thoughtful in respect to Ronald McDonald's participation in community events. That's basically them saying nicely, "Ronald, you're fired." Donald Trump style. Moving on. So moving forward, the company did not, however, specify the extent to which Ronald will be out of the picture or for how long, but it looks like it's permanently going to be permanent. Thankfully, kind of. So out of the picture or for how long, but he's hoping the decision doesn't drive him to seek revenge and lash out on his own. There are enough creepy clowns wandering the street as there is. Now, let's talk a little bit more about this, and then I'm going to show you the creepy clown photos, because who doesn't want to see that, right? It's what nightmares are made of, and why the hell not, right? We all need a bit of a scare every now and then, you know? Just when you least expect it. This has given me too much of a creep factor lately. Moving on. So this one right here. Oh no, where are we? Boom. That's not the one. This is the one right here. Is it? Yes. Okay. McDonald's has certainly changed quite a bit since its humble California beginnings in the 1950s. And a great deal of that change has happened just in the last decade or so. You know, they've moved away of their playgrounds. There are quite a few McDonald's in Australia that have the playground still, actually. They've spent $6 billion on making their restaurants more high-tech and sleeker looking, and done everything under the sun, including the moon apparently, to create a menu that appeals to fast casual loving millenniums. Yay for millenniums! In Sydney, Australia, they released a train called the Millennium Train, roughly around the year 2000. Could have been the year 2002. And it was called the Millennium Train because it was released. Brand new train in that time period, right? The Millennium Bug. Anyway, this train, oh man, this train had so many glitches and so many internal software bugs, it kept getting taken off the tracks. And it was literally true to its name as the Millennium Train. Interesting story. Anyway, moving on. You guys don't want to hear about that, do you? Probably not. So yeah, one of the most nostalgic aspects of McDonald's that's faded away has been the burger chain's long-standing clown mascot, Ronald McDonald. The absence of Ronald McDonald is bound to split people into two groups, right down the middle. Or if you're like me, there's only one group, and thank goodness he's gone. That's my thought in that group. What a creepy client. I've actually got a really creepy story to tell you about my clown sighting that I saw years ago. I'll get to that in a second. So there are those who will view Ronald's firing from the McDonald's of today as yet another piece of their childhood gone forever. Mask dust. On the opposite side of the coin, flick that coin, Two-Face. There are those with more of a good riddance attitude about it. Obviously, that's me. So why, after so many years of promoting Happy Meals, did the Golden Arches finally pull Ronald McDonald from its promotions? Well, that picture right there pretty much explains it all, right? I'm going to sneeze again. Get out of here. It's all your fault. Moving on. Despite the friendly and fun good nature of Ronald McDonald, 2016 brought some bad press to clowns everywhere that not even the almighty machine of McDonald's wanted to try and fix. Perhaps you remember back in 2016 when there was a rash of really spooky clown sightings across the United States. The clowns were chasing motorists with knives, right? Lurking around schools and otherwise just being real creeps. This wasn't simply something that was causing a stir on the internet, bulletin boards or Twitter. Major media outlets like Time and the New York Times were reporting on the terrorizing clowns. It was a crazy time, 2016. You guys remember that, right? At McDonald's and franchisees in the local markets are mindful of the current climate around clown sightings and in communities, type of thing, and as such are being thoughtful in respect to Ronald McDonald's participation in community events for the time being. It was pretty clear that creepy clowns were more trouble than McDonald's wanted to deal with, and it was time for Ronald McDonald to take the extended leave of absence. Once again, Ronald, you're fired. Get out of here. Now, while it might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, it was hardly the only reason McDonald's parted ways with the clown. Interesting, right? We're not going to read any more about that, but that basically, some people were saying that Ronald McDonald was helping kids get fatter. He was promoting child obesity and stuff like that. The CEO of McDonald's was saying, no, it's not. But ultimately, as they said, the straw that broke the camel's back for McDonald's was that creepy clown phrase in 2016. Now, if you guys remember, there's this YouTube channel called DM Pranks. And when I ended up showing my mum, me and my mum were like having a few drinks and watching this downstairs on the big TV, and we were just laughing our asses off watching all their videos on repeat. It was so funny. Do you remember they did Spider Dog? I'm pretty sure they did Spider Dog, where there's like the dog of theirs where they dress up in a spider costume, and maybe that's another YouTube channel. I don't know, but it's something similar to them, right? And but yeah, the dog would chase after people with a big spider costume on, and it was at night time in the park, hardly any lit up lights or anything like that. People were just freaking out, and of course there was creepy clowns. This was the main thing on their channel, kind of thing, where they dress up as a creepy clown and pretend to run after people with a chainsaw. Absolutely crazy. So really, really cool channel if you've not watched that. But yeah. So, here are some of the photos of the creepy clowns. And yeah, I'm going to tell you my story in a second, because when I was 14, I don't know, this was like, many years ago now. This was well before 2016, right? But when I was like 14, I was at my next door neighbor's house, and we were, having fun playing in the garden type thing, me and my friend, right? And this creepy clown was on the other side of the street, right? And me and my friends look over like, from a distance, like, whoa, we kind of back up a little. And, we're talking about something that looks like this. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? It looked worse than this. I mean, this is a zombie, right? It looked worse than this. My lights in the background have actually turned off, so I'm going to continue talking while I go over there and fix this problem, right? So this clown is coming past us in the street going towards the train station, right, where I live. Does that look better? Oh, it's gone off again. And he wouldn't stop staring at us. And he could see that we were actually kind of frightened by this. Do you know what I mean? He basically knew that we did not like the way he looked. Anyway, I'm back now. Here I am. Boop, boop, boop. Everybody, I'm back. And he stopped. He basically stopped and stared at us. And me and my friends are kind of like, Jesus, from the other side of the street, what the fuck, is he looking at us? And he was full on looking at us. And he made a gesture to kind of walk towards across the street, but he only got as far as the asphalt. He didn't cross the street, but he made a move, And me and my friends were like, shit, what's going on here? Anyway, thankfully, for our traumatized minds at least, thankfully he walked off and continued walking to the shops or whatever. Crazy story. I don't know why he was dressed as freaky as that, but he was. And yeah, that's kind of my freaky clown story when I was a 14-year-old kid. Absolutely bonkers. Do you have a crazy story that you'd like to say? If you do, if you have a creepy story, let me know and give me a comment down below. We are on 2 different YouTube channels, guys. Number 2, and of course, channel 1. Give us a like and subscribe, because we are making daily videos about absolutely everything on this channel. Channel 1, by the way, I do travel vlogs every fortnight, every couple of weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes a month, sometimes more than that. You never know. It's kind of random with me. I'll see you guys in the next video. I've been told. My name's Gareth. Stay away from the clowns, everybody, including the Joker. God, he's freaky. See ya. Bye.